I think the Costa Rica game in San Jose in Costa Rica is probably the biggest game in 2013 for all of us, because we want to win there, we want to get 3 points, we want to qualify as soon as possible for the World Cup in Brazil. We want to kind of get those 3 points, the first ever 3 points in World Cup qualifying in Costa Rica, so we want to send them a signal. And it's going to be huge because we have to be extremely disciplined with 8 or 9 players being yellow carded to prepare also for the game against Mexico then in Columbus, which is already sold out. So I think, you know, going into Costa Rica, we need to be really on top of ourselves. We need to be very focused and sharp and make it happen. There are a lot of players really even. There are a lot of players, you know, that deserve to be in that roster as well. You know, think about Clarence Goodson, think about a Jose Torres, think about a Sasha Kleshen, a Joe Corona, and many others, you know, that deserve to be there too. I mean, the good part about all our work over the last 6 to 8 months is that we kind of deepened our roster. We deepened our possibilities in selecting specific players, you know, and all those players that are not called in for Costa Rica are still in the loop, you know, for going forward. There's no problem at all. But I think, you know, we chose a group that is determined, that is hungry to win in Costa Rica, and therefore we're very optimistic. The job of a national team coaching staff is always to look also for the next generation of players, you know, what brings the next wave. And I think you look looking at a mixed disc route, at a Joe Corona, you know, at John Anthony Brooks now, and an Aaron Johansson who came in the first time with us, and Alejandro Bedoya, who's already long-term with the team, but kind of was in and out, but now really kind of made a push to another level over the last couple of months. If you look at those players, then you see a growth coming through, and so we want to see them continuing their path. We want to see them challenging those established players for the spots. You know, they are ready to jump in, they are ready for the next level, and it's exciting for us. So there's a lot of movement in that roster, there's a lot of things going on, and the next proof of that will be Costa Rica. Seeing Clint will be really exciting because it's going to be his 100th cap. This is huge. I mean, obviously his move back to MLS, to the Sounders, is big for everyone involved here in soccer in the United States. And it will still take him a while to settle in, you know, to pick up his rhythm, you know, to have that understanding with players that he needs to have in order then to deliver the goals and all those things, you know. So this will happen over the next couple of weeks, I'm pretty sure. But to play a 100th cap is something very, very special. So I said to him, you know, we're going to save that one for Costa Rica because we never won in Costa Rica a World Cup qualifier, so you better put your stamp onto that game. And he says he's ready for that. And so it's going to be exciting days for Clint Dempsey. And obviously his benchmark is the highest you can have. You know, we want to see him, you know, delivering. We want to see him, you know, being high energy. We want to see him being really there for his team and fight defensively and be himself offensively, and therefore it will be a very exciting period for Clint going into the Costa Rica game.